Yeah, everybody knows what day it is. It is Super Bowl Sunday. I'm sure that you all knew that. But it is the Wolfer Power Hour. Thank you to everybody that shows up on a Sunday for the Wolfer Power Hour. You already know what we're going to do. It's DW. I'm your host, Drew Wolfer. Appreciate you for showing up. We're going to give you the levels. We're going to show you the trades. We're going to get into the profits and the losses. We're going to talk about everything from Bitcoin down to the meme coins, baby. So this guy just don't miss, does he? Showing up on a Sunday, on a Super Bowl Sunday, doing the stream, giving people the trades, giving people the levels, making people the money. This dude don't miss. This dude don't quit. No, he doesn't. And I'm sorry I couldn't stream yesterday. I had to fly to Italy, talk with Aquapana, see if I could get a sponsorship, baby. Told him I don't need any money. We don't need money, man. We need water, baby. So if you are parched, refresh and quench your thirst with some beautiful, from the bosom of Italy herself, Aquapana, from the region of Tuscany, from a protected spring for hundreds of years. Natural artisan spring water. Brought to you by the same family, the Medicis, baby. They brought you the Renaissance. They brought you this Larry Johnson jersey. Shout out to all the Chiefs fans. And not shout out to all the Philly fans. Right? And to all the bandwagon Chiefs fans. If you don't know what I'm wearing, at 27, baby, you're not a real Chiefs fan. I hate to break it to you. I've had this jersey for like 10 years, man. And if you date this jersey, you know what time it is. This is the old school McDonald's style Reebok number 27. Who's number 27, baby? If you don't even know who L. Johnson is, if you don't know who Larry Johnson is, you're not a Chiefs fan. If you don't know who Trent Green is, you're not a Chiefs fan. If you don't know who Dante Hall is, you're not a Chiefs fan. And if you're older, a little bit more seasoned than I am, right, in years, if you don't know who Joe Montana is, you're not a Chiefs fan either. With all that being said, let's get into the charts. Let's get into the trades. Everybody knows we're in some trades right now. I am not afraid to whip my schlong out, okay? I think we all know that. Why are you whipping your schlong out, dude? Okay, so a schlong is a short and a long position at the same time, right? That's because you can play both sides of the market, no diddy, right? You can play it both ways, swing the door both ways, revolving style, no diddy, right? So I actually whipped my schlong out multiple times this week, but I will whip my schlong out twice on a Sunday. I'll do it every day, but twice on Sundays, right? So I did actually pull out the schlong on a Sunday on this holiest of days, right? And it went very well. So, yeah, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it did work out, baby. And if you know, then you know, okay? So let's talk about the short and long positions. Let's just get into the charts, man. If you're here from Twitter, which it seems like 3/4 of you, 2/3 of you are here from Twitter, scroll up, hit the follow button. We've been taking thousands of dollars worth of gains every single day, hundreds of dollars every single day, thousands every single week, right? We've taken our account from 3K to like 20K in like 6 or 7 weeks or something like that. I've got goals. You got goals? All right. Hit the follow button and take the ride with us, man. Take the ride with us. And we do it in a safe way. We don't do it like these idiots that are out here 100x leveraging meme coins, right? We do this trading that Bitcoin, baby. Trading that Bitcoin. We're only, 4 minutes into the stream. We got 2 Gary Cardone impressions already, man. On that Bitcoin. You like that. That's what you come here for the Aquapana advertisements and the Gary Cardone impressions, brother. So, let's talk about it. If you want to request a meme coin or any asset that you want me to do TA on, throw it in the comments section. I applaud you. Thank you. Very exciting. It's very exciting. What the hell? Whoops. I am not the best with OBS yet. Give me a second. The green screen, man. All right. So we got a $96,548.50 Bitcoin, baby. We're in a downward sloping channel, inside of another downward sloping channel, inside of a big range, under the 50, under the 100, and under the 200 moving average on the hourly chart. We want to look at the daily first. I feel like I haven't looked at the daily in a while. Check it out. Do we see any crazy candlesticks on the daily? Yes, we do. We see a topping tail. We see two topping tails. We see 4 doji stars. Jeez. All in a row, man. This is... Woo! Woo! Like Ric Flair, man. Woo! Right? All right, so if you don't know what a topping tail is, it's this inverted hammer right here. It's like Thor's hammer if he sets it on the ground. Would also be an upside down dragonfly, right? Same thing here. Upside down dragonfly doji. We got 2 of those bad boys that came in right after each other, man. Right after a massive uptrend, and then we hit a downtrend, and we're coming in, boom. Like, this is not looking hot for Bitcoin, right? We are catching at the 100 moving average on the daily chart, which is fine. But you've got 4 dojis in a row, man. Usually when you get 3 dojis, indecision dojis like this, right in a row, chances are you're going down. We're going down, man. So don't get caught in the bull trap they just hit you with right here. Okay. Jeez. Right there. Those 2 candles. That's what we call a bull trap. It's bull trap. It's a bull trap, man. And then what happened? They reversed you right back down here. That's why I was shorting up here, right? In the 96 to 97K range, I believe, somewhere in that realm. Okay. Do I think that we go back up here to the point of control? I do not. And I'll show you why here in just a second. But with these 3 candles coming in right here, these 3 red candles, right? With decent sized volume, right? Decent sized volume on the first 2. Volume fell off on the third one, right? And then you've got another indecision doji here. The next candle will basically tell you, are you going up or are you going down, right? So, you know, we got to wait and see how the weekly candle close comes, because the weekly candle close is in like, is it 7 hours from now? It's noon Eastern time. So I believe it closes at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, 7 hours. Let's see what the weekly indecision doji. Is that what we're seeing? Let's take all this stuff off of here really quick. All right. So you got your topping tail. That wasn't awesome. Massive volume on that topping tail, as you can see. You've got an indecision doji. This week will really tell us long term if our direction is up or if our direction is diggity down to that diggity dog, that Bitcoin, baby. That Bitcoin, brother. So we'll see. We'll see what it is. Yeah, man. I mean, this is... This is a indecision doji candle that filled the entire range from the value area high to the value area low, and now it's sitting below the point of control. So, I mean, this is kind of like what happens, right? Like, you come up, you reclaim the point of control on the weekly, you come back down, you touch, you try to reclaim it, you come back down, you touch, you get to the value area high, right? You put in a top, and then you come back down, you try to reclaim it, and then most likely is my bias is that you're coming down there. And if you want to know why my bias is like that, I just kind of showed you, but I put my money where my mouth is as well. Daniel, you're down $54.72, man. Back at it again with the losses, man. Yeah, that's fine. So my profit target is going to be right here at the value area low, right? So, I mean, until something proves me wrong and gets me above this point of control, I don't care. Which is why you see my stop loss set at about 98.4, which is right about here at this value area or this point of control. Okay, so just, you know, understand what we're seeing from the daily, the weekly, and then I'm going to show you the monthly just really quick because it is relevant. Okay, the monthly is relevant, but we also have this first monthly candle that closed above 100K right there. You also have a topping tail on the monthly, which usually comes in at extreme highs. And as you can see, it came in at extreme highs, probably why you're seeing this, right? So, I mean, this could be a down month for crypto and Bitcoin. I mean, it just is what it is. You know, that's what the probabilities are saying, at least. So, I mean, nothing really too crazy, in my opinion, to see on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. Let's see if there's a bearish divergence at all. Not really. I mean, this is pretty flat. So, I mean, there's no bearish divergence on the monthly as I can see. Let me just check market cipher. I mean, yeah, this is flat, so I would not be worried about this. I would be worried about this red dot if it prints. But I mean, we've got like 3 weeks until that thing prints. The money flow is higher over here, as you can see, than it is here, right? So, I mean, that's good news. VWAP has come up, but now we're crossing back to the downside. So there's nothing really to see on the monthly chart, in my opinion, right this second, which is great. Great news for Bitcoin in terms of potential pumpage, right? Potential. That pumpage, man. That pumpage. Here's the one thing you're going to want to watch out for, though, on the weekly chart, man. You do have a bearish divergence on the weekly, right? Because you've got a new higher high here. And this doesn't look like much, but if you do it here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Looks a little bit more convincing, right? That bearish divergence. So that's my point. We do have a bearish divergence on the weekly. We can also check in that same time frame on market cipher. Yeah, red dot, momentum waves going down, money flow going down, VWAP crossover. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look horrible in my opinion, but it also doesn't look bullish right at this second, at least. Let's see if there's still the bearish divergence on the daily chart, which I'm sure that there probably is. Yeah, I mean, if you take it from, let's see, 100%, 100%, there's a bearish divergence on the daily chart. Get this off of here. Right? I mean, just higher highs the whole way, lower highs on the RSI. I mean, I'm favoring downside here, just from the macro perspective. That doesn't mean that micro we can't pump up, right? And so I want to get down to the 4 hour. No, we'll go to the 8 hour first. I want to see the 8 hour. See if there's any bearish divergences here. I don't believe there is. No, there's no bearish divergence here, right? Is there a bullish divergence though? No, there's no higher lows here when we're setting lower highs. There's no bullish divergence. Let's see about market cipher. Let's get this thing off here too. Yeah, money flow is now out. We do have a little green dot that printed, but you know, doesn't necessarily mean that much in my opinion. Let's go to the 4 hour, see if there's anything that we can see on that, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty of the TA. Yeah, 4 hour red dot trying to print. You've got money flow leaving. You do have momentum waves getting smaller. And you do have higher lows technically here. So let's see if we have higher lows, lower highs. No, not really. I mean, maybe. I mean, you're setting higher lows and lower lows on price. So could that be a bullish divergence, like a hidden bullish divergence? That's what that would be. If you were to take this into account, you've got your lower lows here. And then on the market cipher, you can see, no, there is no hidden bullish. It would have to be here. Okay. Nope, no hidden bullish divergence. No, just regular bullish divergence right now on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Check that bad boy out, see what it's doing. Okay, so we do have a little bit of higher lows here from about here to here. Nothing. Yeah, I mean, nothing. I mean, this is favoring, in my opinion, downside, okay? And I'm going to show you why. All right, so first and foremost, we know we have the downward sloping channel, right? We know we have this downward sloping channel. We've been riding the crap out of it. We've been trying to break out of it 2 times. It hasn't worked. Do we come up here and test this? I don't think so, because we have the 200 moving average in the way. That's a big problem. We are under the 50. We are under the 100 as it sits. The 50 is right at about 96.5. The 100 is right here at about 97K. So, I mean, I'm favoring downside here. I took some little schlongs out to just kind of trade this range, short and long at the same time, because we've been really choppy. And I got screwed on one of them. I'm not gonna lie, I got screwed on one of them. Let me go to my position history and I'll show you. I think I lost like $200. Yeah. So I lost $200 after I took this $150 profit. I got stopped out on this. This was a terrible stop out too, by the way. We'll replay this trade. Then obviously we took a $60 win right after that, $200 win on a schlong position today. And then we have our short position built. It's not huge. It's not like, as Donald Trump would say, huge yet, but we do have a 0.6 Bitcoin short. And if it goes where I think it's going, you know, it could make us $2,000. That's good money, you know, and I have this opened doubly because all these trades that you're seeing, these are live trades inside of my BitGet account. But then I also have, if you know anything about me, you also know that I have a 50K funded prop fund account where I can also trade Bitcoin. So like when I take these trades, I'm taking them times two. So that's why I said, like, I will whip out my schlong any day, but twice on Sundays. That's what I did. I whipped out my schlong twice on a Sunday on this platform and then on the Fund Your FX platform, which is a prop fund. I'll actually show you what it is. Fundyourfx.com. It's this one right here. I have a 50K funded account. I passed the test. This one right here. It's actually quite affordable, to be honest with you. I did the one phase evaluation. Okay. I don't want the ebook. Please get this off of my screen. Buy my course. Sorry. So I did this one right here, the advanced $50,000 account. And then it costs $268. Actually, you can get 10% off of that because I do have an affiliate code for that because I am involved with this company. I have to say that I am their media face and in this company. So just if you go to their YouTube channel, you see what I'm saying. You'll see my face all over it. I do all their videos and stuff like that. But anyways, my point is not to promote that. My point is to tell you that I'm dually hitting these trades, right? And I trade gold on that platform too. So that's why I use that account. And I'm actually in $2,000 worth of profit on that. Once I hit $5,000, my $50,000 account goes up to a $100,000 funded account, which is pretty cool. And it can scale up to like, I think like $1 million or something like that. Every time I hit 10% profit. So if I hit 5K, then I hit 10K once I get to the $100,000 account, then it doubles again. I think it goes to 200 or 250 or something like that. And then you just keep leveling up as you win, right? Obviously, if you don't win, then you don't level up, you lose your account, but you know, don't lose, right? And watch the Drew Wolfer channel if you want to learn how to friggin' trade because we're doing this stuff every day. So anyways, I hit the schlong, right? And then let's go back and replay this, right? So this was, I entered at, let's see, 95.9 was my average entry price. And this was back on, let's see, open time was on 2/7. So that was the 7th. I'll show you what happened here. Yeah. So what was it? A long position? Yeah, long position. Okay. So I entered my long. Where did I say I entered? About 95.9. Okay, so I had a really good position on this. I'm super salty about this trade, but I don't care because I actually took $1,000 on this same trade on Fund Your FX's platform. So that's kind of how I've been playing it. Like, I will be a little bit more risky on one account and maybe try to go for a bigger gain. And then the other account, I always lock in the profits. So I chose to lock in the profits on the Fund Your FX account. And actually, I can show you that. I think I showed you all that on the last stream where I showed you that trade win and that screenshot from Fund Your FX, right? But actually took $1,000 in gains on that, which was awesome. As you can see right here. Yeah, right here. So right here, you can see, you know, close price 97.6 or no, 97.8. Sorry about that. And I took about $900 profit on this on that same day, right? So anyways, my point is that on this trade, I entered at 95.9 and then I stopped out at 95.8. So when we got to 95.9 on the 7th, let's go back. So that was right here. Okay, so I entered, say, right here at the bottom end of this trend channel, right? And then we got back up here, or maybe it was back here. Let me see. No, it was right here. How did I get stopped out? Oh, yeah, and then we pumped up here. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to take profits on Fund Your FX, and then I'm going to let this one ride because I think we might be able to take out these swing highs up here at about, I think it was like 108, something like that. No, it was $100,000. And so anyways, I didn't take the profits on the other one, and then I set my stop loss to where I would only lose, $200 on it. And then I got stopped out within $100. I got stopped out at 95.8. And the lowest it went was 95.614. So within $185, and then it just pumped right back up, right? So I was kind of salty on this one, but it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you get stopped out, sometimes you don't, but that's, you do proper risk management. I still made $900. Even if you subtract out the $200 loss, still made $700 in a day. I'm happy with that. So here's my point with Bitcoin. We've now edited this trend channel. If you were here yesterday, or not yesterday, but the day before that, you saw this trend channel. You know what it's about, right? And let's run through the comments really quick. Adrian Kent always shows up. Much love. I appreciate you. Boamio. Whamio. Right? Appreciate you. I love the way that you promote Italy, a lovely country, and love Milan. Hey, man, at the end of the day, dude, that's where I'm trying to wind up. That's where I'm trying to end up. And that's where I want to take my family. I'm Italian, so, it just seems like it's written in the stars, right? My mom's Italian, so I want to take her with us as well. Decaffeinated Crypto says he's a little late. He had to get his espresso. No big deal, man. We ain't going to get mad at you. If nobody moves, nobody gets hurt, right? So let's just get into this, all right? We edited our trend channel a little bit because if you were here the other day, our trend channel was more like right here, I believe. So then I moved it down, and I believe this trend channel was more down here. And then we had these two kind of outliers. So I just moved it up after we got this move, right? And so this is our new trend channel. It is downward sloping trend channel. It is not a bull flag. Okay, we've been over this a million times. It is not a bull flag. It's taken out almost the full staff. This is not a bull flag. Okay, so please do not ask me if it's a bull flag, because it is not. And this is a perfectly level trend channel. Okay, so this is a good trend channel. It's hit 4 times, 5 times down here. It's only hit twice up here. Usually you want 3 hits, but you do have 3 hits. 1, 2, 3, bam. Okay, so that's your upward end. Here's your lower end. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this would be the 5th hit. Usually when you hit the 4th to 5th time, it's favoring a breakdown of that level. And then I'll show you why my profit target is where my profit target is. If you happen to give a F and you looked at the thumbnail, you know what the profit target is. It's about 91K to about 92K, right? Maybe even 93. So why? Okay. Well, first off, we have this bear flag. Okay. We have the 1 hour bear flag, and that is taking us, oops, sorry. So that is taking us all the way down to about, I believe it's like 91.5, something like that, 91.7. 80% of the measured move is right at about 93. 75% of the measured move, about 93. So that's why I have my take profit right there at about 93, right? Makes sense. Totally. Now that could bring us all the way down to the bottom end of this range. If you know, then you know, right? Which is the FRVP, which is right here. Boom, boom. Bam. It brings us right there. Okay. And that's further confluence as to why my, take profit is there. We bounced there last time as well. Do we set a lower low? I don't know yet. We will see. But then if you look at this previous bear flag, that actually brings us down here too. And that bear flag is still in play. If you look, like that bear flag is still in play, right? And we lost it yet again. And now we're down here making a new bear flag to bring us down to that same exact target. So there's a second bear flag that is even further back than this, right? This was a bear flag. Boom. It broke down. Then it formed a new bear flag. That bear flag has been trending for quite a while. Now, secondarily, from the bear flag, in my opinion, we also have this Fibonacci, right? Which is what we pulled from here to here. And we've retraced back down to the 0.618. 1, 2, almost 3 times now. This would be the 4th hit, right? So we'll call it 4 times. And we've rejected off of the 50 multiple times now. Once, twice, we got above it, but then we rejected off the 100, fell, right? So my bias is that when you lose this 0.618, you're also losing the lower end of this trend channel, and you're going to lose the bear flag, right? This bear flag. So we're dangerously close to it. We're like within Haktua spitting distance. Haktua distance of losing all three of these levels. And if you lose all three of these levels, the most likely scenario is you definitely come down to 93.6, which is that Fibonacci level, 0.786. And then you come down here to about 92.8, which is the full, almost the, what I would say is the 80 to 75% of this measured move on the bear flag, also bringing you to the value area low, right? Now, do you come all the way down here to the 1.0? Yeah, you could, because there's also this upward or this downward sloping trend channel. And if you've been watching for long enough, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, and then if you look at the wedge pattern on this bad boy, man, it must not have saved my chart because I actually extended this out earlier today, which is kind of frustrating. But if you extend this out, okay, that's now resistance, and this is now support, right? And as you can see, this is what is now called a pivot point, right? Because you can see that whenever we rejected from it, okay, and let's get this fib off of here really quick so you can see it better. We came up, we broke out of the wedge down, right? We came back up, and then we rejected off of this, and then we rejected off of the 200, and then we actually bounced from this level. So if we continue to ride that level down and ride that range, boom, the next likely scenario is coming all the way down here, right? Bam. So when you see these wedges, sometimes they turn into pivot points where it's like, okay, now this has pivoted from resistance right here. They flipped it to support. Boom. You're right. And so we could be coming down here to about the, you know, somewhere in the, you know, 90K range, 88K range, which I've been talking about for quite some time. Now, the other thing that I want to show you is this parallel channel, right? So we also have this parallel channel that is trending downwards, right? And we're riding the bottom end of that channel. And whenever you ride the bottom end of this channel, it doesn't favor a bounce. It favors a breakdown a lot of the times, right? Because the more you bang on a level, the more likely it is to break down. And as you saw, it broke down here. So it's got 1, 2, 3 hits, and then you're kind of riding the very bottom of it at an indecision point to see, hey, are we going to go down here? So then we've obviously got these larger, the larger parallels, which is going to be this one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that. Okay, so that one. Okay, so this is also favoring downside, right? You're just really banging on this. You're banging on this hard. Boom, that's favoring downside. But then we've got this one. This is the real one that we're talking about right here, right? So if you scroll back and you see how far back this trend channel goes, it goes back very far, right? All the way back to over here, okay? So, and I bet you we can extend it and connect it right there. Yeah, where it was a resistance. Okay, now this is support, right? So if we go down here, this is 89.6, right? And if you wait a little bit and you go down, if it's on Thursday, you're setting a lower low than this, right? So from a macro perspective, the trend is downwards right now, right this second, right? And that doesn't mean that we guaranteed are going down. It just means that we're favoring downside, right? That's our directionally, we are favoring downside. Okay, so those are my targets at the end of the day. If you have anything, drop it in the comment section. I want to do TA on something else before we get off of the stream, but I mean, here are the levels, man. This is what you're seeing. You're going to see, this is your key level right here. The 200 moving average, which is at 97.9, right? If you can get above that, you're probably going to like pump past the point of control, back test this, boom. You come from here, you get up here, you retest it, boom. You're probably coming to the value area high, right? That's where I would start entering shorts again, right? To target all the way down here. Now, if you come all the way down here, this is where you start building long positions, right? At this level right here, and then at this level. So call it about 92.5, call it 91.5, and call it about 89.9. So 90, right? And 90K. Yeah. We'll see what we got, man. We'll see what we got. So at this point right now, I think this trade is going to be a decent trade. In my opinion, I have this trade open dually on both platforms. So not only on BitGet, but also on my prop fund trading account on Fund Your FX. So if we make that money, I mean, we're really going to make more like probably like 3 G's off of this. We'll get paid off. Let's see. Adrian Kent says, can you take a look at Jupiter? I'm pretty sure we took a look at this yesterday. I'm not 100% sure that anything will have changed, but we will see. Yeah, so I mean, the short is still in play, man. The short is still in play. You actually did exactly what I was hoping it would do yesterday, which I was saying, hey, you know, if you back test this and then that's where you would want to enter, that would be your best case entry. You can enter here if you want to for the short, but I would be more inclined to entering here. If you go back and watch my stream, it's exactly what I told you to do. That's exactly what's happening. And you would be in profit right now, actually probably substantial profit, if you did take my better advice, which is enter here instead of entering there, right? So now that we've entered this short, right, we are now targeting right here, okay? And if Bitcoin is falling hard down to that 90K level, we're probably more or less targeting here. So now you've got a 2x risk to reward ratio on this. And actually, I would set my stop loss right here outside of this trend channel and the bottom end of this trend channel. And I would, you know, obviously trail it up and then obviously outside of the 200 moving average. And then you should be good. I mean, you've got a 4.5x risk to reward ratio on this. In my opinion, this is favoring downside because now you've broken out of this wedge. You've broken down out of the wedge. Technically, have you fully broken out? Nope, you're still in it. Barely. Just what Donna Goodo say?
Barely.
Barely. You barely in that wedge still, man. You barely in that wedge still, man. So you break that wedge, then you've got another wedge down here. You break this, you're going down here, right? That's just what's going to happen, in my opinion. Okay, so you know, take that for whatever it is. Jupiter, everything still remains the same on Jupiter. We can delete this. This is out of play. This, I'd say this is still in play. These levels are all still in play. I would be shorting here, man. Well, I would have been shorting here, actually, like I was talking about on the stream yesterday. This would actually have been a legendary trade. I'm you know, hopefully you took it. Hopefully you took that, Adrian Kent. Popcat. Let's see. Money Geek wants us to do Popcat. I assume that's going to be on Dex Screener, so we'll just go there. See what we got. What you want to do? And again, if you're here and you appreciate this, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Boom! Bang on the notification bell. Comment whatever you're looking at in the relevant sections below. Seriously. Follow me on Twitter. And I'm going to let my boys, Ray Shrummer, tell... Yeah, we do this every day. So seriously, show up because we're taking gains almost every single day. And then I'll let Kanye tell you exactly what I've been doing.
I've been doing this more than you. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't been doing the education. You ain't been doing the education.
I've been doing the education. We've been doing this more than you, though. We've been doing this more than you. I assume this is it. Let's make sure that we're on the one with the highest volume. If this is like a terrible token, we're not going to look at it. But if there's like no history or volume on this, we're not going to look at it. This thing's been here for a year. Huh. 17 million volume, liquidity 10 mil, market cap 271. Nice. Yeah, we'll check it out, man. We'll check it out. Okay, so we got Popcat, baby. We got that Popcat. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. I want to get the overarching understanding of what this thing is. This thing is just a downward trending, just horrible looking chart. All right, let's go to the 4 hour. We need more data. Woo. Okay. Let's get this thing full screen, baby. Okay, I mean, here's my bias. Okay, so you've got some serious support. Okay, you got some serious support here. Right there, that's your support. So here is where you would buy, right? So if you're thinking about, you know, longing this is where you long. Okay, and then where do you target, right? Obviously the previous swing highs. You set your stop loss super tight on this because if you lose these levels, you're done, right? So you set your stop loss super tight on this. Because you're nearing the basically all-time lows on this. Once you get down here, you're at the all-time lows. Okay. So this is where I would not want to be necessarily in a long trade, is down at this level. You would not want to be in a long trade at that point. Let's pull a fib. Let's pull a fib. See what happens. Yeah, I mean, swing trading wise in a bull run, if Bitcoin starts to kick off, I mean, you're targeting right here. You're targeting the 0.618 at about $1.36, call it $1.36. I mean, this would literally be an 11x risk to reward ratio. That's a swing trade, okay? If you want to scalp this bad boy, you're taking it to 0.236, which is a 4.5 risk to reward, right? And this is your trade right here. I mean, take a screenshot if you want to. Blick up. That's your trade on PopCap, man. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be shorting here unless Bitcoin's going down. You are at a key critical level, as you can see right here. Could you, like, did you get a bounce from here? Maybe, right? Let's zoom in and see. Make sure that our trend line is in the proper place. And it is, because I'm a friggin' animal. Call it right there. That's where I would say is your support. See if we bounced from it. Yeah, I mean, you pretty much bounced from it. I mean, you came within that distance of it, that spitting distance. But yeah, I mean, I would set my stop loss just outside of that, right? I would set my stop loss outside of that swing low, and I would be targeting this 0.236 at the very least, right? Let's see if we can get this thing perfect. Boom. Okay. Yeah, where's our long trade at? Did we delete it? No, we did not. Okay. So, I mean, I would be longing it here. I mean, you can nibble on a long here, but I would definitely leave room to average in down here, right? And maybe even in the middle of this, right? So 16.3 cents, 8.8 cents. I don't know, man. No, I probably wouldn't long this here unless you get a definitive bounce right here, which you could, right? You could long it here and then target that 0.618 or that 0.5 or even the 0.236. Let's see what would happen if you longed it here, right? And then you just set your stop loss outside of this prior swing low. You target the 0.236. I mean, that's a 5x risk to reward. That's pretty darn good risk to reward, in my opinion. I would be okay with that risk to reward, but I would be a lot better with this risk to reward right here. I can tell you that much. Because as you can see, I mean, this is a 6x risk to reward as well, but your downside is limited because you're coming down to like such long-term support over here that it's almost like unfathomable, right? So yeah, those are your three levels in my opinion for buys on this, and that's that. So yeah, I mean, you know, let me know what you decide to do. He said I need Bitcoin to dip and ETH to pick up for alts to go well across the board. Yeah, I mean, that would be nice. Once ETH hits $5,000, that bull runs on, right? That's really what it comes down to. I've been preaching that for a very long time. Yeah, 100%, man. I got you. I got your back. XCN. Yeah, I've seen XCN. I'm pretty sure we have a chart on that. And we actually gave people a really, really legendary trade on this. Let me see. Okay. You still surprisingly would not be stopped out of this trade. This is a super duper swing trade, right? Like this is a really, really long-term swing trade where you're targeting like all-time highs, like massive, massive bull run all-time highs. And you still would not be stopped out of this trade. But let's get all this stuff off of here and then we will revisit it, right? So, yeah. Yeah, you're still in the downward sloping trend channel, man. And no, this is not a bull flag. Again, we've already retraced the entire bull flag's staff. So this is not a bull flag. I would be buying here. If I'm in the market to buy, I'm in the market to buy around that realm, which is pretty much the full retrace on this fib. And if you want to, you can actually drag this fib differently and say, okay, let's drag it from this high instead. Yeah, I mean, I would be targeting the 0.618 on this if I get down here, right? If I'm a betting man and Bitcoin keeps on going down, man, I'd be looking to enter me a long position down here. If I'm a position trader or a swing trader, I'd be entering right there, right dang there, man. And I'd be targeting a 0.618 textbook retracement to the 0.618 too. I bet you're happy you didn't bet me a kiss on the lips on that, because I would have won that bet. And then just setting your stop loss outside of this previous swing low. I mean, you're Gucci. You're good to go right there. Bam. That's your trade. And then let's see. I mean, that's your trade, man. But here's the only other thing. You have to be cognizant of what Bitcoin's doing first and foremost. So is Bitcoin going up or down? because that is absolutely going to, as you can see, we opened up the schlong, baby. The schlong. The schlong is back in play. The schlong is back in play live on the stream. We whipped out the schlong live. Don't cancel me. So let's see if we can take some scalp profits on this schlong. If we don't, I don't care. I'm okay with stopping out. This position is 1/3 of the size of this one. So if we stop out of this position, cool. You know, if this position starts riding to the downside, then we stop out of this position, I'm good with that. And I'll show you why here in just a second. But watch out. If Bitcoin's going down, look out below first and foremost. Secondarily, make sure that you watch what's happening at the upper end of this trend channel once you get there, because this 50 is going to keep trending downwards. This 100 moving average is going to keep trending downwards, and this 200 moving average is going to keep trending downwards. By the time you get here, all of those are probably going to be under the 0.382, so you might have to alter your trade a little bit, and instead of targeting that 0.3 or 0.618, you might just target here, right? Or the upper end of the trend channel. You don't know. So I don't know if you're swing trader, scalp trader, position trader, whatever, but I kind of laid out all three scenarios there for you. So hopefully that's helpful. Let's look into VVV really quick, see if we can figure out what that is. Let's go to Bybit. It's probably got the best volume. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've got a rounded bottom. It's starting to kind of go up, but I mean, this thing has basically zero data on it. If you're looking to long, I would be pulling this fib right here, and I would be saying, okay, we're at the 0.236. I would be longing to about $13, right? And you're above all three moving averages, so this does look good for a move up, right? But then also what you have to take into account is there's the opposite end of that Fibonacci, right? Where you come here. And then your 618 is down here at $4.50, and that's where you catch your long, right? And if you see, that actually coincides with these levels right over here, right? The 0.618 fib from this low to this high coincides with where you had a nice little bounce catch point right there. So if you come down here, I mean, you're going to lose all of these moving averages. I would be favoring more downside once you get down here. But if you did want to long here at the 0.236, my bad, right here at the 0.236 and target that 618, I mean, that's a pretty darn decent move, but I would probably be more targeting this 0.5, right? So yeah, I mean, just watch these moving averages. I mean, it is in an upward sloping trend channel. We'll put it like that. This looks better than most. I will say that this looks better than most. I'd say that's your trend channel. So yeah, I would be taking profits at the 0.382 at the very least, taking some profits there. And we'll see how it rides, man. I mean, you let me know what you do. Let me know how it works out. And, you know, at the very least, if it does well for you, I mean, hit the like button, man. That's all I ever ask of anybody. Hit the like button, come back to the stream and say, hey, man, I appreciate that trade. It worked out. So this is where I would be longing, right? If I'm thinking about longing, I'm thinking about longing right here at the 0.236. Right, and I would set my stop loss pretty friggin' tight on this, just under the 100 moving average. I'd be going for this 0.382 or the top end of this trend channel for let's see, what would the risk to reward on that be? 5.5x, man. I mean, you're looking at a 7.5% move down for a 43% upside. I mean, that's pretty legendary trade. There's not a lot of data on this though. This is a very new coin on Bybit, so just understand that on charts like this, it can be very, very massive moves, massive swings. So if Bitcoin starts tanking, there is the highest likelihood that this upward sloping trend channel gets broken, because what do we know about upward sloping trend channels? They don't break up, they tend to break down, right? So if you break down, you're coming for these swing lows first and foremost, then you're coming for these swing lows for second, right? And then you're coming for this full retracement at about $2.20. Okay, so just be aware of that before you start entering your longs. Check market dynamics, check market conditions. You said you got in at $3.15, picked up $50 worth at $3.15. I mean, dude, you're like, I would be setting, if I was you, I would not let my position go under this. Okay. I would not let my position go under $5.20, which is the 200 moving average on the 1 hour chart. Okay. So that's my stop loss if I'm you. $5.20 ish. Maybe even $5 almost exactly right here at these swing lows and under the 200 moving average. Because if you lose all of these moving averages, it's basically good riddance for your money, right? So just be cognizant of that whenever you're trading. Okay. So with that being said, I do have a function. I do have something that I have to do. Actually, two things that I have to do. And I would like to watch the Super Bowl. Hopefully this is helpful for people. I want to get to Bitcoin really quick before I leave, which is why I'm not going to take any more altcoin requests. But anything that you feel that I missed, just drop it in the comments section or show up to the stream tomorrow and we can talk about it. Absolutely. We will always talk about it, man. I love my people. I love my fans. I love the people that show up and participate in the streams, man. Seriously, without you all, I don't have a platform. I don't have a stream. I don't get to have fun taking these trades and showing it to people and like making money with people on the internet. Like the internet's one of the most powerful things in the world. And I just appreciate everybody that shows up. So if you are here from Twitter, just hit the follow button for me, man. Like the video, comment, whatever. Same thing with YouTubers. If you're here from the YouTube, if you're on DrewTube right now, make sure you smash the like button for me, hit subscribe, and then boom, baby, bang on that notification bell. Comment whatever you want in the relevant sections. Let's look at Bitcoin really quick, see what's happening. I actually want to get down into the weeds really quick, see what's happening on these lower time frames before I go to do what I need to do, because I want to make sure. Man, I appreciate you. Money Geek's a legend. I appreciate you. He's got the Punisher skull on and everything. He's not playing around. Appreciate all of you. I love all the people that come over here and support me, man. Yeah, I mean, okay, so there is one thing that I want to show people just really quick. Not that. Sorry. All jokes aside. Where's it at? I believe it's on the 1 hour bear flag. Yeah, right here. Okay, so there is a support level right here. Okay, so we have to get through this in order for this downside to come. As you can see, we're breaking down outside of that channel right now. Okay, now, can I bring this? Can I edit this a little bit and bring it down and include those in the channel? Yes. Does it make sense to do that? I don't know. I don't necessarily think it does, because if the further I pull that down, the less touch points we have over here as well. So I'm going to leave that where it is. As it sits right now, we are trying to break down out of that channel. Now, this is your inflection point right here, 95.8, right? And if you notice, actually, I can go and show you, this is my whole strategy, right? If you look at my open orders, guess where my next, schlong position is? 95,789. And where are we at, right? 95,782 is where that support is that we hit 2-3 times right here. We hit it here. We hit it here. We hit it here. We hit it here. That would be the fourth hit. Fifth hit, that's my last ditch effort on my schlong position to say, okay, and then once we take out this low right here, my schlongs are stopping out at about 95,500 bucks, something like that. Call it 95,500 bucks. That would probably lose me maybe 100 bucks. Let's see. I'm just kind of like letting you inside of my head, walking you through the methodology of why I'm doing this stuff. So call it 95,395.1. Yeah, I mean, that would lose us 137 bucks. It'd probably lose us another, I don't know, 50 bucks on the second trade if we got it. Could we set this a little tighter? Yes, we could lose a little bit less money, but no big deal. But guess what also happens? That same $127 that we lose, we make 3x that over here. So because we have 3 times the position over here on the short position. So I don't care if I stop out of this at a small loss, because I'm actually making 3x more here, because I have 0.6 Bitcoin in a short, whereas I have 0.2 Bitcoin in a long. So if that long stops out in $127 the loss, then times that by 3 and you've got a $390 gain on this. So I'm waiting this. It's more like, it's less of a schlong and more like what would be called a strangle, where I'm weighting it to one side, which I'm weighting my position more to the short side, just because of what I'm seeing on the charts right now. So, I mean, do you have a little upward sloping, support here? Yeah, potentially. But again, it gets you right back where this is, right? 95.8. I mean, that's your inflection point. So if you lose that, you know where we're going. It's right down here, right? It's right down here, because there's nothing else here to stop you from doing that we have a catch point at, except for maybe the 94.3 range. That is it. That is all you have. And that is a super, super weak support right there. So my guess is maybe you get a bounce from that and then you come right back down, right? So let's get that trend line off of here. I don't want that on there. Okay. And then if we look, where does that put us? 0.618. So losing this right here would probably allow us to lose the 0.618. And then where does it take us? To the 0.786. So that's my bias. 93.6 would be a really good place for me to take profits if I see things start to kind of fall down, right? And this is it. This will answer your question. Wolfer Finance, baby. Wolfer Finance. You know, we run master and validator nodes. You can actually go and watch the video on ETH, AVAX, Flux, FTM, which is now rebranded to Sonic, stuff like that. You can go check it out. That's a company that I own and that I run, and that was one of the things that my YouTube kind of springboarded me into. And I love all my Wolfers, man. My Wolf pack is strong, and I'm glad to see you guys in the Wolf pack as well. So with that being said, hopefully everybody has a good weekend. Hopefully everybody, you know, watches the Super Bowl if you happen to care about the Super Bowl. It's about the one football game I watch every single year. I don't really care that much about sports because I like to play sports. I don't really like to watch them as much. And I also have a lot of other things that I could see myself doing, spending time with my family, things of that sort, doing these types of things rather than spending the time watching a football game mindlessly. But I will absolutely watch the Super Bowl. So and my team is playing. So with that being said, hopefully everybody has a good weekend, and I appreciate you all for showing up. Make sure you show some love on the channel, and I will see you in the next stream. Peace.